Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone.
So welcome back to Casual Conversation. Let's get a little bit closer. Okay. I hope you guys can hear us. So we're trying StreamYard to see if that would be easier if we want to make, videos with other people. So just, like a little experiment. So if anybody wants to join, I did put the link there. I hope you can click on it in the comments. But what are we talking about today, Aileen?
Can you up the volume?
Yeah.
On the I don't know if the desktop, if it's
right here. Hello?
okay. Well, hopefully everyone can hear us. So we're here starting conversation 45. Everyone, and the Bermuda Triangle. That's what we want to get into.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah. So the Bermuda Triangle. So let's go ahead and get started. So the Bermuda Triangle is a section of the Atlantic Ocean roughly surrounded by Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. So Bermuda Triangle covers about 500,000 square miles off the southeastern tip of Florida. Okay, anything you want to
So it's located on Miami, Bermuda, and Puerto Rico. That's interesting.
Yeah.
It's a pretty big area.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead, Aileen.
So dozens of ships and airplanes have disappeared. Unexplained circumstances surround some of these accidents. Okay, so I'm gonna just go ahead and get into some of these cases.
Okay, so did you talk a little bit about what the triangle is?
No.
So pretty much the Bermuda Triangle is a area in the United States where people have claimed that there's unexplained disappearances of aircrafts and boats, and they are never found. So people have been trying to figure out this mystery for years. I did read somewhere that they've solved it, but I mean, how much can you solve?
Yeah.
But Eileen's gonna share some
just some
cases of disappearances, or where this phenomenon has messed with people's heads, trying to figure out what's going on. So go ahead, Eileen.
Okay, so one case in which pilots of a squadron of U.S. Navy bombers became disoriented while flying over the area. The planes were never found. Okay, so that's one situation with the Navy, the U.S. Navy. So other boats and planes have seemingly vanished from the area in good weather, without even radioing distress messages. So that's weird, like connection seems to cut off there and they just can't communicate, so that's odd. So let me see. Another case is, let me see. An especially infamous tragedy occurred in March 1918 when the USS
Dang.
USS Cyclops, a 542-foot long Navy cargo ship with over 300 men and 10,000 tons of manganese ore on board. Manganese. Yeah, hopefully I said that right. Sank somewhere between Barbados and the Chesapeake Bay. Hopefully I said that right, man.
So this big boat disappeared.
Chesapeake. Yeah, this big ship. Like, that's crazy.
And it's like
So-
a USS ship, so I mean,
Yeah, real deal situation. So the Cyclops never sent out an SOS. Okay. An SOS distress call, despite being despite being equipped. Okay. Equipped to do so. An extensive search found no wreckage. So that's the weird,
So pretty much, basically, like these boats disappear. Boats, and not only boats, but like, what is it? Like airplanes disappear, and they find no trace of any of them. So, which is pretty interesting. Like, how can you not find like debris, right?
Yeah.
Or any like other material of any sort? So, yeah.
So, it's weird, it's weird that, they, even though they did an extensive search, they still didn't seem to find any of like the wreckage or, this big, huge cargo ship with 300 people. You know what I mean? Like, that's weird. Like, what happened to everybody? So in 1941, two of the Cyclops sister ships similarly vanished without a trace along nearly the same route. So that's weird, like two sister ships also disappeared, in the same route. So that's, odd stuff, man. And so a pattern began forming in which vessels traversing the Bermuda Triangle would disappear or be found abandoned. So that's strange, that, you either don't find the ships or you find the ships without the people, so, yeah, odd, man. So,
That's weird.
Last case here is December 1945, where 5 Navy bombers carrying 14 men took off from Fort Lauderdale in Florida to conduct practice bombing runs. And their compasses began malfunctioning, right? So, and the leader of the mission, which was known as Flight 19, got severely lost. And 5 planes flew aimlessly until they ran low on fuel and were forced to ditch the sea. So that same day, like after this happened, a rescue plane with a 13-man crew also disappeared. And after a massive weeks-long search, they failed to turn up any evidence. So, yeah, just all in all, weird stuff. Everybody disappearing.
There was, because I was listening to one of the stories that there was this guy. He was flying through the Bermuda Triangle. He said he noticed these weird electric clouds.
What?
And he said that his compass and his like, I guess because they carry like GPS systems, that it started to malfunction. So he started trying to call the tower, right? And then they told him, oh, well, you seem to be somewhere way further, than you were supposed to be. And then all of a sudden, his location would disappear from the map, from their radars. So it was pretty interesting how they were able to know where he was at one point, and then his radar he would disappear from the radar. And that's not the first time I've heard of that. I've heard of other stories where that happens, where they're tracked, and then all of a sudden there's no trace of any, like boat or any aircraft. And so this man said that when he got out of these clouds, he was in a total opposite area of where he was traveling. And he said that in order to get into to get to that area would have taken him 90 minutes, and it only took him like 40 minutes.
Wow.
So I think that there's kind of like a little bit of a time lapse.
Yeah.
Or something to do with like portals, or maybe even like some sort of time travel.
Yeah.
I mean,
and
I don't know.
I mean, you know, I would have to agree with Eduardo with the you know, the mind blown emojis. It's you know, definitely mind blowing.
Yeah.
For sure.
So what are your theories?
Oh, we're getting into theories?
Yeah.
Okay, so a few options. Let's go through them and talk about them, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So time warps, right? Basically what you were talking
Right.
about. So I think that's an interesting one. I mean, you know, like you mentioned in your last story, I mean, a possibility for sure.
Right. Yeah.
So maybe some type of wormhole.
I think so. I think definitely. I mean, there's a lot of places around the planet that have these weird energies to them. I wanted to talk about maybe later on another podcast, we'll talk about like the Montana vortex.
Oh, yeah.
Where they have this weird like vortex museum where you can go in there, and it's pretty weird, because you can be taller than people that are taller than you based on where you stand. So it's pretty interesting.
Yeah. And I believe they have one in Santa Cruz too.
Yeah. So I think that it's definitely a possibility that it could be a time warp, or maybe like some sort of portal.
Next one, reverse gravity fields. Possibility?
Maybe. Like they gravitate, like places gravitate towards.
Maybe it might make it hard for them to control, right?
Yeah.
To have a grip.
Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think that if that was the case, they would find them eventually.
Well, that's true.
You know, like they wouldn't just disappear without a trace, unless the next one you have.
Magnetic anomalies.
Well, no, but like,
well,
yeah, magnetic anomalies. But I was thinking about water. What if like these, you know, boats or airplanes are being swallowed by water?
Water spouts?
Because
I mean, that's a possibility.
So
too.
what they were saying,
possible.
You know, some of the things that they were saying was that naturally occurrences, like if there's like I think there's mosquitoes in here.
I know, right?
I think one got in.
I know.
But I think that definitely they say that it could be like a waterfront or maybe air. Like there's some sort of like storm, like electric storm that might be causing these, you know, disappearances to where, yeah, exactly. Like where it might be causing these disappearances where people are going into these storms not knowing, and these storms can happen at any time and they're untraceable. So maybe they get caught up. Maybe there's like a water tornado, or I don't know. You know, there's a lot of possibilities when it comes to, you know, the weather. But like I said, but they would find something, right? Wouldn't they find traces of the boats or the planes?
Yeah.
Or like they would hear like an SOS or like a distress signal, because usually, you know, they say that when these crafts or boats go into these waters, sometimes they can't even connect. They can't even contact help or talk to anybody, because it's almost like they're in this closed like magnetic field that's keeping them away from everything else.
Yeah, like magnetic anomalies, right?
That
I mean, possibility. Eduardo, pilot time travel. Yeah, very interesting. So so here's the last one. Huge eruptions of methane gas from the ocean floor.
Okay. And it like, do you think that has the power to dissolve these, you know, like,
I mean, we're no physicists.
We're not.
So I don't know. I mean, we don't really know the extent of that. You know what I mean? So
Right.
we would have to talk to someone who knows. But I mean, all possibilities.
Yes.
Right.
I mean, it's definitely interesting. And I mean, I've always been interested in the Bermuda Triangle and there's even an island called the Bermuda Island.
Oh, yeah, it is. And it's
But
nice too.
yeah, but it's kind of scary because I think about maybe, if you go to the Bahamas, because isn't the Bahamas close to it too?
I
think so.
I mean,
I think it touches one of the points at the Bahamas. I don't know. But I mean, what do you guys think? I put up the StreamYard. If anybody wants to join and have like a little conversation or maybe talk about something, you guys are welcome to join. But we just thought we might, we would talk about the Bermuda Triangle just to have, a little basis. But if anybody's interested, you're invited to join us in the conversation.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what else, Eileen? Do you have any other theories on it?
I don't know. I don't know.
I think that if it was any of the above, they would definitely find something, right?
I just feel like, Bermuda Triangle, it has this little reputation, of
being mysterious.
Yeah, being mysterious. What is it? Avoid it. That's always like the thing,
And, I think that there's many, many stories of people that have claimed that things have happened. Yeah, Eddie said in 1995, and it's been a long span of years.
It has. Good point, Eduardo. Like, it has been a long time, and who knows what's going on. I feel like the ocean is vast and undiscovered, so we don't even know what's going on.
And some have said too that there's a possibility that it could be like alien intervention, that maybe aliens are intervening, or maybe even abducting people, for all we know.
There was a theory on that too.
Yeah. And how do we know that aliens can't go underwater? Like, we don't know this. We don't know what they can do.
I think the highest possibility of what it could be, what would you say it would be? Like,
to me,
the most probable?
Personally, I want to think that it's probably a time warp.
I feel like that's likely, for the simple fact that they're not finding anything.
And the simple fact that time and time again, they have said, these pilots and these planes have said that they keep, losing time or gaining time, based on when they get into these electrical clouds, right? So they get in there, and then when they get out, they've either lost time or gained a lot of time, or they end up being somewhere totally opposite of where they were going. So, I mean, that's definitely a possibility that it could be a time warp. Or, I mean, if you want to go like conspiracy, maybe it's the government.
I'm thinking maybe in terms of like, to where it might be like some type of wormhole. I don't know, like something that doesn't take. But you know what? At the same time, they find some of these ships, so they don't disappear. The people are the ones that disappear.
Yeah.
So I don't know, man.
Yeah, and then sometimes they find the vessel, but they find them empty. Like, there's no people in them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
What you're saying.
Yeah, that the people like disappear. So I know. Yes, I don't really know. Like, I don't know. Like, you just don't know what to make of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I like compare it to like that little nook that you have in your car. The little Bermuda Triangle that you have in your car where things fall there and they just disappear. You can't get them back.
That's funny.
Like that's, I don't know, man. I feel like maybe it takes you somewhere else.
Yeah. What are your guys' theories? What do you guys think it might be? If you have any, like, maybe have researched it or looked into it. What do you guys think on your end? We would like to know, because the Bermuda Triangle is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's mysterious.
Definitely mysterious.
I don't know. Yeah.
But yeah, you guys, so we thought we'd jump in and talk a little bit about that. But I guess if nobody else wants to join, then hopefully next week we can see you guys again and do something fun.
Yeah, I know we've been like sticking to like mystery things.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, we'll see what the next one holds.
All right, you guys. So I think this is it for today. And we will see you on the next conversation.
Thank you for joining us.
Bye.
Bye.